Hello and welcome to today's edition of Route 664, the Road to Human Kindness. Great day today. Today is April 11th. Just 4 more days until you file your taxes.
Yay!
Yes, on a Monday. What a way to start the week. So we also have something great going on this evening at the Aventura area. Morton's tonight. We're going to be having our monthly membership meeting for the Aventura Sunny Isles Beach Chamber of Commerce, and we invite you to join us there. Please check us out online. Go to asibchamber.org.
What time?
It's at 5 o'clock. Starts at 5 o'clock. Cocktails and hors d'oeuvres at Morton's. Thank you, Wanda. And we also have a lot of things going on with regard to taxes. And, today you can get prepared to see your accountant and find out what the damage is going to be. And we also offer some ways of changing the tax situation. Joining me today is Wanda Myles, the author of Sociality, which is one of the ways that we use to change everything. And Wanda, how are things doing?
Things are okay. They're moving, they're progressing, which is really all we can ask for.
Okay.
I'm really excited because starting today at this very moment, don't leave right now while we're talking. Well, unless you have double screens. Amazon.com, you can get the book free. We wanted to make the book available for you since you couldn't get to it this tax season. Have it on us this tax season and hopefully save next tax season, if not for the rest of your life.
Yep. It's something that you need to know about going forward. It's not something we can change. That's one of the things about Sociality. It's got to be before the end of the year that you use it. And that's when it's most powerful. So you'll find out more about it by checking out Sociality. Yeah. That's what saved the Alpha generation.
It's going to save the Generation Alpha, the millennials as well. Anybody else who wants to jump on board, get on the road to human kindness, folks.
Yes. And you can also listen to more about what we're doing on Route 664 Radio.
Route664.org is the address if you want to poke it in there in your phone. We have a mobile app. You can get that downloaded from the Apple Store and or Android Store, your Google Store.
Okay.
So we're coming at you, and we're making it fun.
Yeah. What are we going to do today? We're going to have a test today.
We're going to have some trivia, some tax trivia, which I learned a lot.
Good.
And I thought I'd pass that on to you because, what makes learning more fun than trivia questions?
Exactly. Let's see how much you know about taxes out there.
See how much you know about taxes.
Oh, this is my test. Excuse me.
So I created these myself. So, we'll see.
All right.
I think I got them all correct.
Okay.
But,
let's see.
Rachel, you ready?
Yeah, you had an open book.
Number 1, it's the Social Security Taxes Schmaxes Trivia Game.
Okay, I love it.
All right, number 1.
Yes.
Oh, we're in the way. Can you see that question? Oh.
What significant event led to the creation of the first ever federal income tax in the United States?
Is it A, the Revolutionary War,
B, the Civil War,
C, World War I,
or D, the Great Depression? Answer: World War I.
Ding, ding. You
are wrong.
Ding, 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 ding. The answer is B, the Civil War.
Okay.
Oh, Rhett.
All right, I quit. That's it.
That's the first. Wait. Let's go back. Right. We got to read it. The first federal income tax was enacted in 1861 to help pay for the Civil War. It was a temporary tax that applied to individuals with an annual income of over $800. Those suckers.
Wow, that was a long time ago. $800 was something meaningful.
Yeah. So just to keep things.
I thought it was World War I. Actually. There you go.
You'll find out some more.
Civil War. Okay.
It's
next question.
Next. What year did the U.S. government move the tax deadline to April 15th, the now infamous tax day?
Was it 1913, 1929,
nope,
1955, or 1972?
The answer?
I would say 1913.
You would be correct. I think we're going a little fast here, Rachel.
So in 1913, the 16th Amendment to the United States Constitution was ratified, which gave Congress the power to levy an income tax. And in 1914, the first Form 1040 was introduced, and the tax deadline was set for March 1st. It was later changed to April 15th in 1955, giving people a little extra time to file their taxes. So actually, it was 1955 that they made it on April 15th.
Yeah, well,
right?
That would be probably correct, but
hey,
they're all in there somewhere. Hey, I'm not so good at the trivia, so that's all we're finding out. But I just want to make some fun.
Yeah, no.
All right, keep going.
Let's see where
next.
Next.
All right.
Which U.S. president signed the Revenue Act of 1861, which introduced the first federal income tax in the United States?
Now think back. We were talking about the Civil War that you're in.
Yeah. Let me think about this. Was it George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, or Woodrow Wilson? I'm going to guess Abraham Lincoln.
BKB? Rachel. You're right.
Yes. Abraham Lincoln signed the Revenue Act of 1861, which not only introduced the first federal income tax, but also laid the groundwork for modern charitable giving tax deductions. And actually, on an inscription on the Lincoln Memorial, says what we've been saying, which is 664 not war, but he said charity towards all, malice towards none. So he was the founder of that charitable concept, using charity around the world rather than fighting with everybody.
Like how I tied that in?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
I love that.
All right.
Very good job.
Next. This is why I'm not a teacher.
Okay. So what do some restaurants offer on tax day?
Free financial advice, free food, tax filing services, or discounted menu items. What do you think?
I would have to say they're not going to offer free financial advice because they get in trouble. Free food, maybe, but then that would be too costly. I would say discounted menu items.
All right, let's move it. And it is free food. Looky there.
How about that?
Did you know that on tax day, some restaurants offer free food just to help ease the pain of filing taxes? Now, it's true. Some offer discounted menu items, I'm sure, but we were going for the free food part.
I like that.
You know why? Because today we're offering free food.
That's true.
Rachel, next. And if you visit foodnetwork.com, they have a whole bunch of stuff. That's where I got that information. But yeah.
Okay.
So, okay.
Next.
There it is. In this book, I'll let you read that part. No,
this book, this is the book by Wanda Myles. In this book, the author pitches a radical new approach to retirement savings that could positively disrupt the whole system. Are you brave enough to find out what it is?
Dun, dun, dun. It's free now through tax day 2024. Go to Amazon right now and you can get that very book free on us because we want you to learn. And those are all the correct answers because abundant answers to empower you to decide how you plan for your future, bold approach to funding your favorite charity, create a blueprint that puts you in control of your life and your future and your monies, and discover ways to engineer endowments for education, healthcare, or retirement, and more.
Fantastic.
So there you go.
What a good concept.
Available today.
Social charity, ladies and gentlemen.
Who'd have thunk it? Oi!
Hey.
All right. So that was fun.
Moving right along. Is there another one?
There is one.
Okay. Which famous American revolutionary is famously quoted as saying,
that was
in this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes.
Oh, this is one.
I know that guy. That was Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And that is a true statement. Benjamin Franklin penned the famous quote in a letter to the French physicist Jean-Baptiste Leroy in 1789. His words have become a well-known adage that still rings true today, emphasizing the unavoidable nature of both death and taxes.
Oy.
Well, they are both, that is the unavoidable nature of death and taxes, but you can do something about taxes, and you can also do something about death, and we've, obviously people have learned how to do things about that. That's why they're living to be 100 and over.
Yeah. And,
of course, the medical profession has helped quite a bit in our science and our technology, but that also extends to taxes, and though taxes are a given, you don't have to pay more than you need to. In fact,
are those 5 hazards? Can we revisit that again?
Yeah, sure.
We should throw that again out there.
Okay. Well, one of the things that we think is most important, at least that I've been working my whole career on, is to help people understand that they face financial hazards that they need to be able to protect against. And those financial hazards have the power to ruin your endowment, to ruin your own personal retirement plan, your own personal financial plan. And what I mean by that is they're so powerful that they can affect the future of your resources. And those are 5 very simple financial hazards. Most people don't really pay attention to them, except the most important one, which is dying too soon.
Yeah, grab your pen now.
When you die too soon, that means you've died without having any preparation, without being prepared.
Is that number 5?
That's actually number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah, number 1 is dying too soon. Number 2 is being sick or disabled. The cost of medical care can ruin you financially. Also disability, which usually comes along with that. If you're working and you can't earn your income, that means you're going to have a problem supporting yourself and taking care of your needs. And so disability is a very important financial hazard that most people don't consider protecting against, but it can really have a bad effect on you. Third one is losing your property by theft or destruction. And that is, if you have a beautiful home and you're not insured, you don't have a mortgage, so nobody made you buy any insurance on the home, and the home gets blown away, you're out the cost of replacing your home. And also you have other valuable items, cars you drive, jewelry you own, fine arts, those things.
Stuff.
Yeah, stuff. But all that stuff is subject to destruction or theft, and that's what you have to protect against, and you can do that fairly easily. The next one is one that most people don't really think about much, is number 4, which is being sued by third parties, being responsible for negligence that you caused, or negligence that caused somebody else's damage, and therefore you become responsible for that, and that can wipe you out.
Welcome to America, folks.
Yeah, well, it's true everywhere in the world, actually. It's not limited to the United States. Litigation.
The suit-happy people.
Lawyers are everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But lawyers serve a purpose.
They got to do their lawyering.
Yeah, they're necessary to do the things that are ways to get the world back into balance, and to make sure that you're recovering what you were harmed for. The last one is the most difficult one to deal with, and that's number 5, which is living too long.
Is that really a problem?
It is if you run out of income. If
boy.
you run out of money, it is a problem. And that's, a matter of fact, the psychologists have said that there are 3 reasons why people actually tend to pass away, and that is running out of purpose in life, running out of friends and family, and also running out of income. And people actually plan their life sometimes to pass away at that point where they don't have any income left. Unfortunately, it's a very stressful issue that people have to deal with. So what we're...
Whoa.
Yeah.
They plan to exit at a certain time when they run out of money?
Yeah.
Are we talking the big S word?
S word? No, not suicide.
Okay.
But actually, stress and inflammation from stress and things that stress causes on the human body are very, very detrimental, and they can be very difficult. So people get stressed at looking at their, if you see a bank account, and I've talked a lot about this with donors that I've worked with who are concerned, well, if I give it away to charity, even if it's in the form of a trust, like a pooled income fund trust or a charitable remainder trust, if I give it away that way and I can't get access to it,
oh boy,
is that going to give me a lot of angst? And my rebuttal to that is, if you have to worry about that, then it's not the right thing for you. But you should not be
about it already.
If you're worrying about it already, but the problem is that you shouldn't have to be relying on spending principal in order to have a long endowment. The endowment is going to be supported by the income from the capital that you put in. If you start to erode that capital, that becomes a problem. I liken to, if you buy a building and that building is producing income for the rest of your life, you can't really use the building if you needed more money. You couldn't go and sell a brick. You could go and mortgage it, but that just makes the hole deeper. That's where we are in the United States right now with our own the government's financial situation.
I hope you have some friends too, because, if you're feeling a little stressed, it might be helpful.
Well, that's why running out of friends and family is also stressful, and not having a purpose. Volunteering, doing things for other people, being useful in the community, reaching out, giving part of your heart to other people is really valuable.
I have a word. Regenopause.
Regenopause. Okay,
that's the word I'm working with these days. Regenopause.
I like that.
You know, it's particularly for women, as in the coming in that second, third, maybe fourth. Well, okay, let's not get crazy. At fourth, just relax if you're in the fourth stage of life. But third, you know, you've got stuff to do, and you're giving birth to yourself, maybe possibly yourself again. It's not all about giving birth to the two-legged adventures. It's, you know, there are lots of other things to do. As women, we give birth to many things in our lives, and it doesn't have to be children. Oh, you guys keep going. You just got, you never kind of, you don't have a pause.
They call it the
you don't have a
pause.
pause.
Yeah,
There's no pause for the men.
We have to run around all the time to make sure that we're
You don't have to. You choose to.
That's true.
You choose to. So
Regenopause, okay.
Yeah, but it's particularly for the women, and it was coined by one of my favorites, Barbara Marx Hubbard. We'll throw her name out there, who passed away actually in her mid-80s, but she was going strong until then, and her whole purpose was, you know, to tell people not to give up on their lives.
Well, women are living longer than men.
I think that's kind of always been a thing.
It has, and it's really women have faced the most difficulties with regard to the support going forward. And of course, we have Social Security, which people, unfortunately, a large sector of the retired Americans are living on their Social Security, and that becomes a problem when you're in times of high inflation, as we are now, where you start to see how the erosion of your income is just happens around you. You have no control over it, and that could give a lot of people a lot of problems. But I think the main issue is how do you prevent those 5 financial hazards from affecting you?
Did we get to 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
And those 5 financial hazards, for the most part, 4 of them can be insured against.
Yes.
You can buy life insurance to make sure you have adequate funds left behind so that your family can be taken care of. You can buy disability insurance and health insurance to make sure that hazard is covered. You can buy property coverage and liability coverage, and those hazards are covered. But you can't go and buy something particularly that will fill your needs unless you have an idea what those needs are. And that's a very difficult thing with regard to endowing your own future and protecting against the idea of living too long. You have to be aware of what it costs you to live, and then you have to figure out what it's going to take to create something that will replace whatever it is you're doing now to create that income. And people who are working, obviously, that's very simple. People who are working and they're getting their income and they get paid on a regular basis to make sure they have the asset, the income that they need to take care of their normal living expenses. But once you are not working any longer, and that can happen for a lot of reasons, you have to be able to fall back on something that's going to enable you to be able to be supported, and that's what the planning is all about, and that's really why we created endowment engineering as a profession. Endowment engineering is a concept that's in the book, actually. It's Sociality.
It is.
It's talked about in there.
Available free at Amazon.
Yep. And endowment engineers are professionals who understand the problems that people are having with regard to creating their own endowment. And we use the term endowment as a substitute for retirement because the retirement is not really an endowment. Retirement is a state. It's a position that you're in. You are in a state of retirement. You're actually planning for your endowment to support your retirement. And so that endowment planning is extremely important.
Size does matter.
It does. You want to be better endowed. Scratch that. Okay. So you have this issue, and there's a lot of ads on television for all of that stuff, but not for endowment engineering per se. So we want to get you acclimated to that term, endowment engineering, and you can find endowment engineers on our websites. We have 2 websites right now. We have socialcharity.org. And we also have endowamerica.com, and we're trying to combine those 2 into one, which will end up being endowamerica.com. Endowamerica.com. You can go there to find out what Social Charity is all about. You can see case studies that will help you determine whether or not those situations fit you. In other words, are you in a position where you need some tax advice, some way to eliminate taxes? And of course, this being 4 days before tax day on April 15th.
It's on your mind.
Unfortunately, it's a little late, but we hope that you'll think about it. Yeah, that you'll think about it for next year. So if you have something that's going on this year, or if you're in a situation where you know you're going to have a tremendous amount of earned income. You're going to be selling a property that's going to create a capital gain. Or you have a super-funded IRA that you are concerned about when you have to take the required minimum distributions that you don't want to pay too much in tax. You know, the Honorable Learned Hand, who was an appellate court justice, said it very clearly. He said, you do not have to pay the most that the law extracts. You have the right and privilege to reduce your taxes as much as possible, legally possible. And we're not talking about evasion. We're talking about avoidance. So it's very important that you know how to do this. Being an informed taxpayer is extremely, extremely important. That was the other thing he said. There were two taxpayers in the country, the informed and the uninformed. If you're an uninformed taxpayer and you leave yourself at the mercy of the government's plan, the government will take everything that they can from you. Your objective in life should be to protect yourself from paying too much in tax, so that when you file your tax return, you get a bigger return, you get a bigger refund, or you eliminate a tax that you ordinarily would have to pay because you've sold something that had a capital gain. Even if it's stock, you can do things with protecting against capital gains on stocks, and it's a very powerful tool using a charitable device. You can give your stock to the charitable device, have that sold there, and get all the income for life. So we use, we are telling you that you can reduce your taxes and increase your income by using charity, and that's what this is really all about. And I have a very good friend at charity with me, Wanda.
I invite you just to, you know, I love the whole idea of finding purpose in your community and and wanting to be a part of your community by giving back when you pass away. You can't take it with you, and sometimes the government just takes it, and what do they do with anything? I wanted to read a little piece, one of my, this little excerpt from the book, which I think we were just talking about.
Absolutely.
I've learned that having a great tax advisor is crucial to saving money. And as far as the taxes I do have to pay, I've shifted my perspective. Rather than seeing it as a burden, I now view it as voluntary giving out of love. But imagine a future where we get to choose where our tax money goes. No one in their right mind wants to financially support pointless wars, a monolithic bureaucracy. As our collective consciousness continues to grow, wars will diminish, and bureaucracy will shrink. Our government will become more accountable, and life on Earth will become happier. And that's actually from Frederick Dodson, one of my favorite writers on just creating a better life for yourself. But that is in Social Security, How Tax Code 664 Saved Gen Alpha's Retirement and a Nation, a book I'm really excited that I got to just throw together for you, because I wanted people to have an easy way to just understand what we're trying to do here. And really, we're just trying to help people gain some income for themselves, give back to their community, and just give you a little bit of goals, a purpose, if I will.
Well, it goes back to funny money.
Yeah.
The idea that you can take what you don't really think is spendable money, the tax dollars that people just pay, and you can turn those into income, and that makes them usable dollars. And that's why we used to be, I used to consider it alchemy, you know, when we would be able to take tax dollars and turn them into real money. It's almost like turning straw into gold, because again, most people are not really aware of what it is that they can do to avoid taxes. And using charity to avoid taxes helps you increase your income. That's one of the benefits of using these sections of the tax code, which we call Social Security. Those are charitable remainder trusts, charitable pooled income funds, and charitable gift annuities. Those three in particular, because they create tax deductions, they create income streams, and they allow you to avoid taxes on transactions.
And they're all under the Code 664.
Well, Code 664 deals with charitable remainder trusts.
Got it.
So not all Social Security is 664, but 664 is a Social Security.
But that's basically the route.
Yeah, that's the reason why we named this show The Route to Human Kindness, Route 664, is we believe that that's the case. We think that if you utilize what is given to us by Congress all those years ago, you will get to more human kindness, and that includes yourself. We want you to love yourself and take care of yourself, and that way you're a better citizen. And if you do that, you'll be a better citizen for everybody else as well.
Put on your life vest first.
Yeah, 664 not war is what
It's your life vest.
What that gentleman was talking about. Yeah. We don't have to. We don't. You're wearing a life vest.
I'm trying.
We don't have to have belligerence. We can have kindness, and if we have the asset, everything is really about money. It's what it really always stems from, and unfortunately, that was the idea of leaving scarcity.
Well, we did money wrong, but that's a whole other show.
Yeah. Actually,
you can find that show on Route664.org.
There you go. That was the interview with Kristen Ragusan.
Or on many of the videos, just surf through our playlist here on the Miami Community Newspaper. Go to our YouTube channel, too. Miami, who are we? We are Sociality. Thank you.
Yes. And there's quite a bit of information that you can get just by listening to great radio, and that's at Route664.org.
Great
radio.
music. Great interviews, great
conversations. Choices of thank you, Wanda, for doing such a great job on that station.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we're happy to be a very good part of it.
It just makes me happy, and I invite people to stop by just if you need a break in the day, just a break in the day, to just to hear some good news and just to hear some happy music. Nothing's going to generally upset you unless you don't like to dance or, get in a good mood.
Happy.
Some people get a little cranky
on there
when
all the time. Be happy.
Don't worry. Got it. We've got 3 minutes. Wrap it.
Any more? What do we got left?
Oh, you know what? Also, I'm working on in the studio the audiobook. So that should be. I'm trying to make it a little different. We may put the general audiobook up on Amazon, but I'm hoping to get to our YouTube channel and do something a little special for our folks who are really interested in. We'll make it a more exciting production as I.
Do you want to take a short break, or do we have time? No.
If you want to take a break, I forgot about that one. Bring your own cup day. It wasn't really an actual trivia question, but it was just really cool that it's coming up Saturday. It's tax weekend, and you can bring your own container to any participating 7-Eleven. Fill it up with a frozen fizzy Slurpee. They said for just $1.99, and the news is it's any container. Any container. Motorcycle helmets, fish bowls, milk cartons, rain boot. As long as it's clean, watertight, leak-proof, and fits right under the nozzle. And I just think if you get creative, it should be a fun day at 7-Eleven, April 13th. Bring your own cup day. And you get a free Slurpee.
Well, it's not free. It's $1.99.
I mean, not free. $1.99.
But you can buy as much as you want.
But
so
the fun
if you go
is
there
free.
with an ice chest,
the fun is free. See, there was a discount. I knew there was some discounted
but
drinks.
you got to be able to fit it under the
nozzle. Yeah, that's
the only thing. So you need a very wide pot.
Please, if you do, take pictures and post them on our Facebook page. That's Sociality, SECH. Come on, charity.
SE Charity. SE Charity.
Charity. Yeah, on Facebook.
That word is the one that a lot of people have an issue with, but I think it's very simple. It's Social Charity instead of Social Security.
That's where it all started.
Yep, and that was
it's like a branch.
Yeah, it's a branch of. It's actually the branch of the government that the government gave us, which is incredible, frankly, when you think about how smart Congress was in 1969 when they decided to pass these laws.
They had a moment.
They did, and they knew that we would need them, and that's why they did that, because they knew that there were going to be difficult times ahead. Based on what we had created in the Great Society and keeping track of all of the changes in demographics, they understood what is going to happen as people lived longer, and that's one of the reasons why we're having some issues today with Social Security and Medicare and things, because there's not enough money to go around. And we have an
answer. We have an answer.
And this is the answer, Social Security. We think I think that was intended to be the replacement for Social Security, but I don't think people are ready for it until they understand it. So our objective with this program and with everything that we're doing, what Wanda's done with the book, which is a great way of getting introduced to Social Charity, what we're trying to do is educate you so that you know a number. 664 is a number that we talk about quite a bit here on the show.
Yeah.
Just like you know what a 401k is, or a 529, or if you're in the real estate business, what a 1031 exchange is. Those are all sections of the tax code.
Yeah.
And so is 664. So
Sociality.org, endowamerica.com.
Yep.
Those are easy.
Check those websites out and you'll find out more information.
You want some music, some happy information? Route664.org. Find us on Facebook, any social media. We'll be we'll be reaching out to you. And the book is available free Amazon right now. Go get it.
Yep. Can we? You think we can produce a little card that has our that would have our maybe the QR code for?
Yeah. We'll do that later.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you next week.
Yep. Have a great week, everybody. Pay your taxes.